Hey, Sir Fix-a-Lot here. There's a 2006 SL500 and the accumulators are actually blown on this one. Suspension is stiff. I get a warning light for the active body control, or the ABC unit, whenever I go over bumps. And so I'm going to show you how to change out the accumulators. We're going to be changing out the rear accumulator first, as well as the central unit. They're both located together just forward of the left rear wheel. And then we're going to change the front accumulator, which is located just forward of the left front wheel. The accumulators look like this. They're rather large. They have a diaphragm in here. It's relatively shallow. It only goes to about maybe around right here, and then the rest behind it is nitrogen. So this basically is used to smooth out the shock of the bump when you go over it with the hydraulic suspension. So this is one of two of the larger units, and then this one here is the central return unit. I'll show you how to mount both of these. These are made by Corteco, which is an OE brand, or the OE manufacturer for Mercedes-Benz. Afterwards, we're going to use the AGA ABC flush tool here, along with the Pentosin CHF 11S, in order to completely bleed out the system. This is 5 liters of it. I've got 2 5-liter jugs. Everything was sourced off of eBay, and you can find all of these things through searching on eBay for the part. First things first, get the car up off all 4 wheels and remove the left side wheels. Next, you'll want to remove the forward panel here, the forward half panel. It's got a series of screws, some nuts over here, and then this whole unit will pull right out. The other thing that you want to do while you're up front, as well as when you get to the rear, is there's a bleed screw for the suspension back here. And usually when you have the suspension at full droop, like it is right now, because the car's lifted, it usually depressurizes the system. But just to make sure, you can unscrew this bleed screw, make sure that you have a rag underneath there. If there's any pressure in there, it'll relieve it and then tighten that right back up. So here's a view of the rear. The front's relatively easy because you just take out the forward panel. For the rear, you have to take out the entire wheel well panel. And so there's 3 push pins here, and then there's a series of 10mm nuts that are all around. Some are plastic, some are metal. Remove those, and then the whole unit should drop down. Okay, they must have had a sale when they were putting together the design for the R230. So this one in the back here is a Torx fastener in the rear wheel well, and then there's 2 more push pin setups here as well as here, and they're dissimilar to the 3 that are here. So, but it is still the same push pin concept. Now you can see over here, this is the block, and then the large, I think, nitrogen accumulator is here, and the smaller one is behind. So for the rear, we're going to disconnect these lines here utilizing a special tool, and then try to swing this unit out so that we can get access to the accumulators. The front's going to be a little bit easier. Okay, this is the front accumulator. I removed the lower valence pan here in order to give you better access from underneath, in order to get to the accumulator back here. It is mounted with 3 nuts off of the studs, 2 on this side, 1 on the other side. First thing to do is crack the line here to 16mm just get that loose, and then undo the 3 mounting nuts. Have your new accumulator ready to go. Also have a drip pan underneath here because there's going to be some pentosan dripping out from the line. Get this, when you put in the new accumulator, get the line first mounted kind of hand tight, and then do the 3 mounting points afterwards, and then go ahead and tighten up the line after that. So the rear accumulator is held up by one 10mm nut here and two 10mm nuts at the base. You take the 2 off the bottom. The back one's a little bit hard to get to, and you have to use kind of a screwdriver to undo it after you've loosened it with a box end wrench. But anyway, once you get all those 3 out, you'll have kind of a 10mm nut like this. These are on flex lines, so the whole unit actually swings out like this. And then you can disconnect the single nut down here and the 2 up here, plus the line, and then switch out the accumulator here. So at the top of the accumulator, it's very similar. It's a 17mm here, and then you'll use like a 21mm box end here. And first undo these, and then undo the mounting nuts, and then get the new accumulator in place, get this hand tightened first, and then go ahead and tighten up the mounting bolts. And then once you have this all in, you can push it back into place, and then put the 10mm nuts on in order to secure it in place.